Hello again, everyone. This is me, Chinatsu. This time, I want to tell you everything I've come to learn about English learning. If you clicked on this video hoping that I'd give you tips such as shadowing is the best or he's the ultimate way to learn English, sorry, friends, I have to let you down. But hopefully, in a positive way, this video might challenge your expectations. My YouTube channel has just celebrated its 3rd anniversary. For me, language has always been something I've sort of gravitated towards naturally. To be honest, I've given up on piano. I was into music when I was younger, other like after school activities and sports too. And I'm not proud of it, but I gave up on uni too. But I've stuck with English and here I am, and this is what I'm doing exactly. And one thing I can say is I just love my life and I'm proud of myself. Now, I don't mean to tell you that my English is the best or I'm more accurate than everyone else. No, but I want to say that what I've seen over the years has its own value and I'm nothing but proud of it. So today, I want to share a couple of truths about English learning I've learned. And as I said earlier, what I'm about to say may disappoint some people or might not be understood now, but it's okay. I think a lot of people are looking for the best study method or like the perfect study routine or something like that. Rather than adding another voice to it, I want to contribute in my own way and also share something that only I can speak about. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry for interrupting. I just wanted to let you know that I'm having a workshop. We're going to learn English grammar together. I'm going to show you how I have learned English grammar. It's going to happen around the end of September. If you're interested, anyone can join. Don't forget to sign up for it. The details are all down below. First of all, I have to say that the environment where I learned English was built around discipline and effort. I would say my favorite words were something like perseverance and stay being hungry, competitive, and what else, like work your off until you pass out. You know, very intensive and just do it sort of vibes. But as I got older, I realized that I'd unconsciously adopted some beliefs such as effort is good and suffering is to be admired. If you've got a big dream, then you need to compromise in other areas of your life. For example, okay, you've got a dream, but you also have a kid or parents to look after. It's just an excuse. If you've got a dream, you have to work on it. You can't have it all. You can't be happy in all areas. What about you guys? Or suffering is necessary if you want to be happy. Recently, I was rereading a book called The Artist Way. This is one of my favorite books. And the author herself is a writer, and she said she used to believe that she needed to be an alcoholic to be a successful writer because it seems to be common. In other words, I think she thought that if you want to be successful, you also need to have a bit of like dark side as well. And lastly, just do it no matter how much you hate it. Because the more you hate it, the stronger you become. I don't know, probably I had a like underdog sort of spirit. You know, I didn't finish university. I'm from a small town. I didn't go to any like English, juku or something like that. You know what? You didn't suffer when you were younger. So now what you gotta do is you have to suffer if you wanna be happy, if you wanna succeed in something. Like in my case, if you wanna be able to speak English, then you have to suffer right now. And the problem is that this kind of mindset affects how you treat other people too. I was so strict with myself when it comes to English. And to be honest, I was also so strict with other people when it comes to English. So far I made some videos saying like, hey guys, let's not judge each other because English is for having fun and to communicate and all this stuff. To be honest, when I was younger, I was definitely a part of that bad, terrible calls. And I think I wanted to make those videos. I wanted to deliver those messages because I also wanted to tell my younger self too. It's too late, but yeah. For a reference, I used to write down hundreds of words in one notebook. Now, if I ask myself, hey, was it effective? The answer will be, not sure. But you know what? I enjoyed working hard. And I used to wake up around 5 a.m. no matter what. I studied with a sleepy head. Was it effective? Not sure, but I liked seeing me working hard. So what happened was, I don't know about you, but the more I clung to the belief that hard work always pays off, the more I ended up making myself and also people around me miserable. And ironically, what got bigger was not my English ability. What was it? My miserable pride and ego. So this is my confession. I don't know what sort of image you've got about me, like in other videos, speaking English with smile and looking happy. Hopefully, but that was my past, and I don't know. It's the past. I can't change it, but it was me. Now, let me tell you an uncomfortable truth. It's not about me, but a general truth. So if you're watching this video, chances are you're someone who is trying to improve your English, and please remember that so am I. So we are in the same boat. But let me tell you something. There are people in the world who have invested only a fraction of the time, money, and even effort you have in English learning. Yet they speak impeccable English. And how does that make you feel? Does it make you upset? Or do you think it's unfair? Or instead, you can celebrate them, their own gift or their unique story. Can you be happy for them? If you feel upset, why is that? Is that because you can't have it, but they can achieve it easily? Why is it bad in the first place? Having it easy, it's good, right? You don't lose anything, but why you cannot accept it? I think we get this kind of feeling at least once while we learn English. I want to ask you a question. I think most of you guys are learning English, and does English give you dread, stress, or even jealousy? If so, when do you think it started? This is my own case, but without realizing, English became a tool to punish myself. And guess what? Not because I can't speak English, but also for other reasons too. Punishment for being lazy, punishment for not sparing for 30 minutes, and what else? Not having a goal, because then where you're going, or what do you want to achieve, and all this stuff. It looked as if I was in a school system again. I think most of us are above 20s, right? I thought I was free, I was a grown-up and I can do anything, right? But when it comes to English learning, I was a new strict teacher myself. And guess what? English was perfect for it because there are so many things that I can criticize myself for. Oh, you didn't study for 30 minutes today. Oh, you can't be entertaining in a conversation. You didn't study last night. Your pronunciation sucks, and everything. How good is that? It was shocking, but that's what happened to me. And when I look around, but I don't want to say it, but I feel like a lot of people are actually in the same situation without realizing it. Like me. People say, I like English and I want to achieve this through English and all this stuff, but I hear so many negative stories about English. So here, one of the important things that I've come to learn about English learning is this. So you don't want to make this. Struggling is a virtue, so of mentality, your default. So here's the idea. I'm not saying that you have to agree with me, but I'm just inviting you guys to consider it. First of all, don't forget that you started studying English because you wanted to. You do it because you've got a reason for it. Like new skills, new job, or new possibilities, and you want to meet new people, or just simply have fun. And please don't forget those. You don't study English because you need to tick the boxes. And please don't study English because someone put up a schedule for you so you don't want to let down the person. And please remember that the reason why you started learning English used to be something positive, uplifting and happy and fun, exciting, and it must have given you butterflies in your heart. And I remember my own butterflies. I'm a huge fan of Michael Jackson, and I used to listen to his music like every single day. I used to bring my iPod when I went for a walk, and I was like, I want to understand everything someday. And also, I want to be able to speak English. So I want to tell how amazing his music is. And I always wonder, how would it feel? And guess what? Now I'm feeling it. I know how it feels. But it all started from those butterflies. And you don't need to justify it. You don't need to have a huge dream or something like that. Even those, something started from your love and passion. It's enough. And I want to tell you that anything is possible if you don't forget those butterflies in your heart. So yeah, what do you think, guys? Believe it or not, I find out that the more I have fun, the more I improve. And I know some of you guys might not be able to believe it, still, working hard is necessary, important. I'm not gonna disagree with it, and to be honest, my younger self wouldn't approve of it, but at least it became a new truth to me. And to convince you guys, I've met so many people who speak English beautifully, as their second language, and I feel like they seem to approach English in the same way. Let's have fun. I can't really say, this is this reason, this is the reason. However, I met so many internationals. When I look at them and us, let's say we Japanese, I realized one of the differences between us is they learn and speak English because they know what they want and they know what they want to achieve through English. On the other hand, we Japanese tend to approach English as a task that someone handed to us. So to submit the tasks, they need to be perfect. We need to be good, and that's why we get scared of submitting it. And I think we all have this silent belief, we need to try hard, we need to suffer, we need to struggle. But I realized it's also just a belief too. But here's the good news, beliefs can be changed. So I want to invite you guys to consider this. If you spend your whole life believing that working hard is important or necessary, believing that enjoying yourself is good, can be valid too. If you have believed that studying has to be difficult, believing that studying can be enjoyable is equally valid. If you have spent your whole life believing that effort leads to rewards, then believing that joy leads to rewards deserves a chance too. Because in the end, both are merely your belief, and belief can be changed, right? It depends on how you approach English. And this might be just my own ego, but as a person who shares language learning, and also as someone who loves English, I don't want to be a person who tells people that, hey, you have to study this and that, otherwise you're going to be a loser, because I think we had enough so far. And I really stop that voice on the internet because I don't want to bring the butterflies thing again. But if you know what you want, I think you can go for that direction naturally. But you don't need a whip for that. You don't need to use English as a whip. No, you know where you're going already. And recently I bumped into a beautiful sentence in a Japanese book. And because I read it in Japanese, so I'll tell you guys in Japanese. 魔法は喜びや楽しみをもたらす活動の中に潜んでおり、義務的にこなす活動の中にはない。I think it tells everything. You know what? What you're hearing right now is the magic. Me speaking English. And sometimes I used to think it might not be possible, but now It's just possible. It's happening right now. And you know what? I'm loving this magic. Now I can feel it that it's from joy and being happy and love and everything, like all the positive things. This is one thing that I'm sure. If I say I've experienced magic in English, would you believe me? And if I say, you know what, I've experienced magic in English, not because I was patient for 10 years on the stone, on the cold stone, there's a saying in Japanese, and being patient for 10 years and beating up myself and going through all the hard things. No, I've experienced magic because I love my English. I enjoyed learning new things, just loved everything that came with English and my life. Yeah, let me experience that. Would you believe this magic? So yeah, I don't want you guys to forget those beautiful things that English can give you. Next, I want to talk about something that ties into what I just said. These two ideas may seem completely unrelated, but in the end, they led me to one huge conclusion. So I hope you guys stay with me until the end. One of the most interesting ideas I've come to learn outside of language learning is, I hope you guys don't get offended, but in the end, we are like sheep in a flock. In other words, if the people around us go right, we go right. If they go left, we go left. And if they start running, we start running too. And believing that surely someone must know what they are doing, but in reality, they are just following each other and they have no idea what they are doing exactly. And that is one of my favorite books about the life of the Tsubata couple, Tsubata Fusai. There's a movie called 人生フルーツ as well. And there was something that stayed with me. Hideko-san said that she had a strange feeling one day and decided not to go to work. At the station, something stopped her. And that same day, her work was hit in an air raid and her co-workers lost their lives. And she said that from that day on, she decided to stop doing what everyone was doing just because everyone is doing. And I don't know, I found it interesting and I thought it applies to English learning too. Well, the reason being is I also learned the importance of listening to myself when it comes to English learning. When it comes to language learning, we tend to be humble, right? We put ourselves down and say like, oh, we need to listen to people who are better than us. And we give our power away to other people. And I know it sounds a bit harsh, and sorry, don't hate me, but do you know what's the easiest way? I mean, when you don't know what you want or where you're going, well, listen to other people and let them tell you what to do. And in other words, we just follow the flock, like hoping someone knew the answer. But again, nobody knows. Nobody understands what they are doing exactly. I've been an English learner for I don't know how long, quite a long time. And I recently became someone who tells people like, hey, this is the recommendation. This is my favorite way of study. And also, I started hearing that kind of advice more often since I started this channel. And in the end, I got annoyed by myself too. And I realized, oh, people have favorites, people have recommendations. But in the end, nobody knows me. Nobody understands me. Nobody understands what I want in English. And many of you guys might be confused, like, oh, what's the best? I don't know what to do. What we really need to do, because I'm an English learner myself, what we really need to do is have the courage to pick one and just do it as if we own it. You don't have to be part of that flock, and it's okay to study in your own way. You pick up some tips and you can get some ideas and everything, but in the end, you can tell yourself, this is me studying. This is my own way of studying English. Because rather than following the flock, remember again, they don't know what they're doing exactly. And you doing you, you do you and focus on your own goal, and that's actually the ultimate shortcut. You can be unapologetic about how you study English, and then this is the ultimate answer I found in the last 15 years. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been such a long video and I tried so hard. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you for watching this video, guys, and thank you for sticking with me until the end. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next video soon.